Why does the cyclist take the longer route around the roundabout? The cyclist is riding into a one-way street. It's easier to give arm signals while you're on the left. Cyclists may keep to the left for safety, to avoid being dazzled by the sun. Why has the bus driver positioned the bus on the left? In case the pedestrian wants to get on the bus. The bus needs extra room to get around the roundabout. The sign on the roundabout is directing traffic to keep left, to get a better view of the roundabout. What do the yellow lines along the edge of the road mean? They are rumble strips. They mark the edge of the road. Pedestrians shouldn't cross where there are yellow lines. No waiting. What's the speed limit for the car towing the caravan on this road? 60 miles per hour. 70 miles per hour. 50 miles per hour. 40 miles per hour. How will you benefit from following the manufacturer's service schedule for your vehicle? Your vehicle will be cheaper to insure. Your vehicle tax will be lower. Your vehicle will remain reliable. Your journey times will be reduced. What should you do if you park on the road when it's foggy? Leave parking lights switched on. Leave dipped headlights and fog lights switched on. Leave dipped headlights switched on. Leave main beam headlights switched on. When are you not allowed to sound your vehicle's horn? Between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. in a built-up area. At any time in a built-up area. Between 11:30 p.m. and 7 a.m. in a built-up area. Between 11:30 p.m. and 6 a.m. on any road. You're about to drive your car. What should you do if you can't find the glasses you need to wear? Drive home slowly, keeping to quiet roads. Borrow a friend's glasses and use those. Drive home at night, so that the lights will help you. Find a way of getting home without driving. How will your journey be affected by traveling outside the busy times of day? Your journey will use more fuel. Your journey will take longer. Your journey will be more hazardous. Your journey will have fewer delays. You're approaching a red light at a puffin crossing. Pedestrians are on the crossing. When will the red light change? When you start to edge forward onto the crossing. When the pedestrians have cleared the crossing. When the pedestrians push the button on the far side of the crossing. When a driver from the opposite direction reaches the crossing. What's the purpose of a catalytic converter? To reduce fuel consumption. To reduce the risk of fire. To reduce harmful exhaust gases. To reduce engine wear. Why are vehicle mirrors often slightly curved, convex? They give a wider field of vision. They totally cover blind spots. They make it easier to judge the speed of the traffic behind. They make the traffic behind look bigger. You're driving along a wet road. How can you tell if your vehicle's tires are losing their grip on the surface? The engine will stall. The steering will feel very heavy. The engine noise will increase. The steering will feel very light. You've stopped at a pelican crossing. What should you do if a disabled person is crossing slowly in front of you and the lights change to green? Wait for them to finish crossing. Drive in front of them. Edge forward slowly. Sound your horn. When should tire pressures be checked? After any lengthy journey. After traveling at high speed. When tires are hot. When tires are cold. You're stopped at the side of the road. What must you do if you'll be waiting there for some time? Switch off the engine. Apply the steering lock. Switch off the radio. Use your headlights. What should you do if your vehicle has a puncture on a motorway? Drive slowly to the next service area to get assistance. Pull up on the hard shoulder or in an emergency refuge area. Change the wheel as quickly as possible. Pull up on the hard shoulder or in an emergency refuge area and call for assistance. Switch on your hazard warning lights. Stop in your lane. You're driving towards a zebra crossing. What should you do if a person in a wheelchair is waiting to cross? Continue on your way. Wave to the person to cross. Wave to the person to wait. Be prepared to stop. You're driving on a clear night. Which lights should you use if the national speed limit applies and there's a steady stream of oncoming traffic? Full beam headlights. Side lights. Dipped headlights. Fog lights. You're turning left from a main road into a side road. What should you do if there's a pedestrian on the pavement waiting to cross the side road? Flash your lights to encourage the pedestrian to cross. Carry on turning into the side road. Sound your horn to let the pedestrian know you're there. Wait and give way to the pedestrian. What should you do if you become tired while you're driving on a motorway? Pull up on the hard shoulder and change drivers. Leave the motorway at the next exit and rest. Increase your speed and turn up the radio volume. Close all your windows and set the heating to warm. You're driving in heavy traffic on a wet road. Which lights should you use if there's a lot of surface spray? Main beam headlights. Side lights only. Rear fog lights if visibility is more than 100 meters, 328 feet. Dipped headlights. Which vehicles should use the left-hand lane on a 3-lane motorway? Any vehicle that isn't overtaking. Large vehicles only. Emergency vehicles only. Slow vehicles only. You're driving behind a large goods vehicle. What should you do if it signals left but steers to the right? Slow down and let the vehicle turn. Drive on, keeping to the left. Overtake on the right of it. Hold your speed and sound your horn. You're on a motorway. When can you use hazard warning lights? When a vehicle is following too closely. When you slow down quickly because of danger ahead. When you're being towed by another vehicle. When you're using the hard shoulder as a running lane. If you begin to feel drowsy while you're driving, stop and rest as soon as possible. Turn the heater up to keep you warm and comfortable. Close the car windows to help you concentrate. Continue with your journey but drive more slowly. How should you overtake horse riders? Drive up close and overtake as soon as possible. Speed isn't important but allow plenty of room. Use your horn just once to warn them. Drive slowly and leave plenty of room. You have to make an unexpected journey. You're carrying a 5-year-old child on the back seat of your car. They're under 1.35 meters, 4 feet 5 inches, tall. How should you seat them if a correct child restraint isn't available? Behind the passenger seat. Using an adult seat belt. Sharing a belt with an adult. Between 2 other children. It's very windy. What should you do if you're behind a motorcyclist who's overtaking a high-sided vehicle? Overtake the motorcyclist immediately. Keep well back. Stay level with the motorcyclist. Keep close to the motorcyclist. What should you do if you start to feel drowsy while you're driving on a motorway? Stop on the hard shoulder for a sleep. Open a window and stop as soon as it's safe and legal. Speed up to arrive at your destination sooner. Slow down and let other drivers overtake. You want to put a rear-facing baby seat on the front passenger seat. What must you do if the passenger seat is protected by a frontal airbag? Deactivate the airbag. Turn the seat to face sideways. Ask a passenger to hold the baby. Put the child in an adult seat belt. Which document may the police ask you to produce after you've been involved in a collision? Your vehicle registration document. Your driving license. Your theory test certificate. Your vehicle service record. You're driving in traffic at the speed limit for the road. What should you do if the driver behind is trying to overtake? Move closer to the car ahead, so the driver behind has no room to overtake. Wave the driver behind to overtake when it's safe. Keep a steady course and allow the driver behind to overtake. Accelerate to get away from the driver behind.